Hierophant. I am your tarot reader, Crystal, and I hope you are doing well. If this is your first time here, I hope you consider subscribing. I'd love to have you. If you're a returning Sagittarius, thank you so much for supporting the channel. The readings are going to be a bit shorter. You all seem to respond well to that, but be on the lookout for your career, calling, money, job upload for the quarter. That's going to be a bit longer, obvi. Let's get on with your reading. This is for January 2021. We made it, Sagittarius. I'm already looking at some energies here. You made a transition spiritually. It's working out for you. You chose money over risk, and that's working out for you. And I also see some success specifically for you, Sagittarius. It's like Spirit really wanted to get that message across. Let's get on with the center of your reading, and we have that of the Knight of Wands. So here I'm already feeling that spiritual energy, those salamanders that are on her cloak. That is all about spirit and connecting with spirit and intuitive information as well. So you are really moving in that direction passionately. It's like once you decided to make this change and make this pivot and leave behind this old way of thinking in regards to religion or spirituality or whatever that lands for you, you went off with like the horses and you went on like this revolution. So I feel that energy for you continuing on for January. And we are in the teenage stage of that. Like we're not in the beginning stages anymore. So I like that we still have that fire energy and that passion behind it. With this being a center of your reading, it is a temporary energy, but it's definitely going to get you through January. Now, let's move on to your moon energy. This is where your emotions are. This is where you have conversations with spirit, and you have that of the Hanged Man. This is energy of a stall and introspection, and really things don't seem as bad as you thought. Let's move on. So I have that of the Five of Pentacles, and we also have that of the Empress. So with the Five of Pentacles, and that's the energy that I was getting from this Hanged Man, is things aren't as bad as they seem, but it feels that way for you because it was this huge decision that you had to make. There's something that you had to leave, that you had to walk out from, to where it's not so much that where you felt abandoned, because that's normally what this energy feels like. It feels like you felt like you were abandoning, I feel like for some of you, you felt like you were abandoning God, not just people, but that relationship that you had. And I expanded on that, and I have that of the Five of Diamonds. And this is very much like that Hierophant energy, right? Which represents, it can represent church and religion and tradition. So there's something in regards to a tradition that you left behind, and you felt like you were abandoning that when you weren't. It was just a pivot. You still have your belief system that is in your core, right? You still have that foundation that still resonates with who you are and what you believe, right? Just because there were certain belief systems that was that you followed because of tradition, and because you decided not to follow it in such a traditional way, doesn't mean you turned your back. Now, I expand on that Empress energy, and this is energy of, pregnancy, and not just a physical pregnancy, but one of creating something, right? This represents creativity. It represents beauty. So perhaps some of you Sagittarians are really focusing on your beauty and your health. And I feel like some of you are getting a new exercise regimen. You have a new hairstyle, right? You have a new way that you're dressing, and you've even, some of you, I see you even trying different colognes like that. That's, it's like you're picking out, like, this is going to be my cologne. This is going to be my signature cologne. So when they smell this, they know this Sagittarius is in the room. So I feel like a lot of you, pardon me, I feel like a lot of you are in that energy of Venus. Okay, Spirit just told me to slow down. Got you. Now, I expanded on this with my illumination deck, and I got that of the Ace of Hearts. Again, this is all about love, but you know what I'm getting here, right? That ace right? You are the ace, Sagittarius. So you've really been loving on yourself. And if you haven't, Sagittarius, this is a great time to love on yourself. And how you love on yourself is to eat right, drink right, right? Spend time in your spiritual energy. Make that part of your selfishness, right? I have this new mantra for 2021, and that's to be selfish. Take care of self so you can get ish done. Much different from being self-centered, right? Much different. And I feel like that you're almost in that energy too, to where you know if you take care of you and if you put you first, you become a better conduit of information and of assistance by doing that. I love, love, love that energy. It's very delightful. Now we're going to go into your sun energy. This is where we see you. If you are an ascending Sagittarius, this part of the reading may make more sense to you as well. And what we have here in your ego is the Queen of Swords, the Seven of Pentacles, and the Magician. So I see a few things here for you, Sagittarius. I feel like that some of us are really taking charge, and really, I feel like that you always carry that sort of energy. You are a natural leader. It's something that you fold into nicely. This Queen of Swords, however, although she is a good leader and she is a strong leader, sometimes she can come off a bit too strong and a bit abrasive. So I do see this in your sun energy. I do want to expand on that. Yeah. So actually, I got the Tower in reverse. So I feel like some of you have been working on that. You've been working on your softness. You've been working on your approach. So I see that you've been coming across a bit softer. I think we've been talking about this for the past couple of months. So job well done. And I see it's really focusing, I see us really focusing on business. I also see a lot of you like you're planning out your whole year, or you're planning out your next 9 months is what I'm seeing. You're planning it out financially. You're planning out everything. You're like, this is what I'm going to work out. This is how I'm going to eat. This is what I'm going to plant in my garden. It's like you just have this whole list of what you're doing. You're really focusing on you. I love it. And here is the Magician. You are creating alchemy. You are creating relationships. You're really working on them. You're understanding that if you want certain things, you have to create your own tools, even though we all have these tools available to us. But I feel like that these tools weren't necessarily gifts. These were tools that you're like, I will have that sword. I will have that coin, that cup, and that wand. No one has to bring it to me. I will go get it. And that's what made you this magician. Abracadabra, as I say it, it shall be. And you are making it so it shall be. I expand on that with the 10 of Diamonds. And this is really illuminating that inner joy, that inner peace. And you're really, I don't know if finances have changed for you recently, Sagittarius, but I feel like that decisions that you've made recently have been non-risk related, and fire signs are known to take risks. But when it came to your money, you're like, no, dear, I won't be taking any risks. I will make sure that I can make money doing this. And you're going to start enjoying and reaping the benefits of that as well. So good. Now, if we continue in this energy and we move forward with it, this is what we can expect in your immediate present, almost like a prediction, sort of speak. And we have that of the Temperance, and this represents you, Sagittarius, in all its glory. That road that leads to your joy, to your crown chakra, right? So I do feel like that you're really connecting spiritually. And for those of you who did kind of make that shift and that transition, it just feels so delightful for you. You're much happier in it. You feel a bit more whole. You feel comfortable. You feel more accepted in this energy as well. And when I expanded on this, I got that of the 9 of clubs. And because this does represent you, and this pretty much is like a sun energy, and the sun energy to me represents authenticity. It represents being accepted for who I am. And it represents joy and prosperity. And you have the Empress with the Ace of Hearts in your moon. And for this to come out in your immediate present is delightful. I also see here that there may be a new family member that is coming into the fold. So be on the lookout for that. So I do see it as like a baby, perhaps an adoption. And it could be a pet of some sort, like a puppy even. So I am seeing like a new loved one. I just heard a new lover, but not in the intimate sense. It just, I see you almost like, oh gosh, what a love bug, what a lover you are. So I feel like that you're really enjoying that as well. I also, in your immediate present, picked up on the 7 of Cups. So I'm seeing that you're gonna, so it is rightfully so that you are focusing on planning out majority of your year, because it is gonna get a little cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs because of all this newness, right? I feel like this new family member is coming. I feel like that your business is going to increase, which is why you're seeing an increase in your finances. And for those of you who aren't working, you're just going to see an increase in what it is that you are doing. All of a sudden, you're busy doing all this stuff. And it is going to be prosperous for you, which doesn't always have to be in the form of cash. It could just be in the form of joy. And honey, sometimes that is priceless. So I just want to expand on the 7 of Cups, and I got this of the 5 of Swords. I've gotten this a couple of times with the readings I've done here today. And for it to be coupled here, and these are both like energies that are uncomfortable, right? Because there's going to be some folks, Sagittarius, that they do not agree with what you're doing and how you're doing it, right? And they're going to have something to say. And I feel like that when you have naysayers and the ones that make fun of you is because they're too afraid to do what they want to do and live in their authentic life and live in their authenticity. And they're almost jelly that you're doing it. So they're going to try to make you feel bad. And you're going to go back and forth with it because some people you actually, care about, or, you think they care about you, and they do. And some people do it without even realizing it. So some of your ideas and some of the things that you're going to be doing, you're just going to have to keep secret. You're just going to have to keep to yourself because they cannot root you on. They cannot share your joy. And that's okay, because that's not necessary for someone to love you. Know that, Sagittarius, right? Sometimes you just got to keep stuff to yourself until they see you glow up, until they see you level up. And then all of a sudden they're like, yep, I always knew Sagittarius was going to do that. Such is life. Listen, I absolutely adore you. Be on the lookout for other uploads, and I'll see you soon.